Hello everybody, how is it going? There's the game. Hi everybody, what's going on? I am playing Dragon Age today. Sorry about the long opening starting screen. I was having a little trouble getting the game to launch. It was getting in a loop of game already running, but the game wasn't already running, so I had to figure that out. But we're doing it today. We're getting into it. I'm going to, I don't know if I want the chat. We might have to move the chat around, or we might have to move me around. I'm not really sure yet, but also, every time I click out of the game, it's going to get quieter. Let me know if this is a good volume. Let me know if there's ever a point where you can't hear me or you can't hear the game. And yeah, I do have all of the DLC for this game. And I do have, this is the Ultimate Edition, and I do have plenty of mods installed to make the experience a little easier, maybe not in terms of difficulty, but in terms of quality of life features. Stuff like hide the helmet mod. I do have the 4GB RAM patch, the LLA mod. I do have some other bug fixes and some other gameplay tweaks, such as like having a storage chest and so on and so forth. That should make the game go a little bit easier. I don't know all of the mods that I have, because I installed them when I first played this game on PC a couple of years ago. And I just left them installed. I didn't uninstall them or anything because it's a whole process with these older games. They're just right in the files. And I don't know what I did way back then, but I haven't added any new ones. I just have all of the mods that were solid way back in the day, 2 years ago. I say being way back in the day, 2 or 3 years ago. And none of them, I did check on the ones that I did know of, and none of them had updates, so it should be good. Should be good, but I have been in a mood to play some RPGs, some Western RPGs. So far, I don't think we've really played any Western RPGs on the channel yet. I've played some JRPGs, but not any Western ones. And specifically, I've been craving BioWare games, but also like Skyrim, stuff like Blood Bowl, games that I played in the 2010s and the late 2010s. And even the early 2020s. That are just classics. Games that I really enjoy, that I really like. And I have been watching lately a streamer by the name of Brebun, who I followed for a long time, play through these games, and she does a great job doing play these games for the first time, and she does a very interesting sort of lore intensive playthrough of these games from the perspective of somebody who's never played them before, and it was very fun watching her theory craft and figure out what's going on. And I was like, you know what, these games are so good. I gotta go play them. They're not without their faults, for sure. No game is, and BioWare games do have some faults, but for the most part, they are enjoyable experiences that I really love and enjoy. And I'm happy to be embarking on a new journey. Well, the goal is to play through the whole series as time goes on. I'm thinking right now we'll play through this. Maybe take a break if I don't finish it before the new Indiana Jones game comes out at the beginning of December, because that's going to come out in a couple of weeks. But we're gonna be dedicating a lot of time. The schedule. Hold on. I made a schedule for this that is kind of a meme, but also is kind of not a meme. But like, this is what the schedule is looking like for the near future. There's gonna be other games where we are gonna do other stuff. We are gonna play other games. While we play through this, but a lot of time is going to be dedicated to playing Dragon Age. And I think that might be good for me, because I don't know, I've been trying to do for the last year, well, since I started really, I've been doing the thing where like you play a little bit of variety, but I also don't, where you know, you play a different game every day, and then you come back to that same game the following week or the week after or whatever, which I think works a lot of the time. But for me, because I play a lot of very long narrative games, it almost ends up being counterintuitive. I lose the desire to play the game that I was playing, because it's sort of the natural state of playing games for me, at least before I started doing this, is binging like a Netflix show, you know? Rather than watching the show weekly, wouldn't you rather just binge the whole show? Wait till it's all out and then watch the whole thing? And that's kind of where I'm at. That doesn't mean we won't do anything while we play this. It just means that the main focus is going to be on this for at least the next couple of weeks. I do want to play, I do have a couple of shorter games to play if I get like burnt out in the middle of the week or something. Water. But yeah, I'm super excited to play this game. The first time I played this game was in the mid-2010s, and I loved it. I don't know if I finished it, I can't remember, but I got pretty far in. I remember playing through most of the game. And then I didn't play Dragon Age 2, and then I played in 2017 or 2018, I played the hell out of Inquisition. I played it a couple of times, maybe 3 times. But due to the nature of my mental processing power, I don't remember a whole lot of specific things. Outside like big lore things and stuff like that. And then I played this game a couple of years ago. I played through all of this game for the first time. I played through all of the DLC for the first time. I played through Awakening. I played through Dragon Age 2 for the first time, and I did all of that in just in like 2 weeks. I got so addicted, I was just playing Dragon Age at all times. And I think it's that time again. I think it's that time. So we do have some mods, like I said, from that most frequent playthrough, but they're all nothing lore breaking. It's all quality of life features and stuff like that, making the game run. If you want to play Dragon Age Origins on PC, there's some things that you need to do, and a couple of those things include a little bit of computer know-how, but I've managed to figure those out. In my last playthrough, a couple of years ago, I had the 4GB LLA patch LAA patch installed, so it limited the crashing, but I didn't have a few other things installed that would limit the crashing. So this time I also set the game to high priority in the task manager, and I limited the CPU usage to 1, so we should not have any crashing at all, except for maybe later on in the game with something like when we get to Denerim. Denerim is pretty crash heavy no matter how you slice it, but for the most part it should be fine. I did anti-aliasing is off. I'm gonna leave graphic detail on high for now. I also had to use Windows borderless gaming to get this thing to function properly on my monitors and PC. So that might be something that you might also have to look into if you want to play this for yourself. But what are these? Oh, I see. Those are the extra items for the other... Okay, understood. But yeah, I think the only ones that I don't remember playing Golems of Amgarak, but that's because it's mostly a challenge DLC. It's not really lore intensive in most ways, but I might still play it. And then I don't think I ever played the Darkspawn Chronicles because it just didn't interest me, but we're going to be going through all of it. We're going to be going through all of Origins, all of the in-game DLC, Awakening, Liliana's Song, Golems, Witch Hunt. We might not do Golems, but we're definitely going to do Witch Hunt. And I kind of already know my play order that I want to do and everything, so I've kind of got it all planned out. And yeah, I think we can get into it. I'm excited to start. We might have to move the chat around if it's blocking anything, or the me. We might have to move the me around. But I love Dragon Age. I'm so excited to to get back into it. Last year I was really feeling compelled to play through Mass Effect again, but I never did. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting you have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies 8:13. I thought it was going to be longer to read.
Teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation.
Oh no. Ew, nasty.
Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed.
Legolas and Gimli competing for kills. Oh no.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. but those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long.
Duncan!
It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon.
Oh no. Not the horizon.
Help us all.
I love that he... I love that he takes a third sword. He doesn't use his sword or his dagger. He takes someone else's and uses that. He's like, I don't need to do what y'all need to do. I also have some... I forgot to mention this, but I do have the UI fix mod and the no helmets mod as well. So after the character creation, it should be easier to read. Hopefully the text will be bigger. If not, then I don't know what happened, but it's messed up. And then, what's the other one? Oh, I also have even more advanced tactics installed, giving us more direct control over our party members and stuff. So I am going to be using that. I think for now we're going to be playing on normal. I know this game has difficulty spikes. The last time I remember playing it, I don't remember having any huge issues with the difficulty spikes. It seemed like a pretty straightforward experience from what I remember. But if we do have those, I wasn't streaming that also, so my attention is going to be a little bit more divided now. But if we do have any difficulty spikes, or I just get frustrated with the gameplay or something, I have no qualms about turning it down to easy. I'm here for the lore and the story on this time. I've played this game multiple times. I don't really care about a challenge. But we'll see. We're just going to play it on normal for now. And yeah, I think I'm going to be... because I'm going to be doing this as a little bit more of a lore through, I'm going to be reading all of the text here on the character creation screen because I want to read all this stuff. The most humans, this guy, or this lady. Men and women in Ferelden are generally regarded as equals. That's kind of a lie. Once you get in the game. Humans, the most numerous yet the most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. I'm pretty sure this is talking about the first 4 blights. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Elves. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging in impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests, welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages, and then dwarves. Rigidly bound by caste and tradition, the dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. Warriors are powerful fighters, focusing on melee and ranged weapons to deal with their foes. They can withstand and deliver a great deal of punishment and have a strong understanding of tactics and strategy. Specializations for a warrior include Berserker, Templar, Champion, and Reaver. Also, we don't have any of my save data or specializations from my previous playthrough. For reasons that I don't know. Maybe I deleted the save. I don't know. But there's no save. So, there's no save. But I guess we'll see when we get in the game. Rogues are skilled adventurers who come from all walks of life. All rogues possess some skill in picking locks and spotting traps, making them value assets to any party. Tactically, they are not ideal frontline fighters, but if rogues can circle around behind their target, they can backstab to devastating effect. Ranger, Bard, Duelist, Assassin, and then we'll look at the mages. Wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent, you know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your herring, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within, succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind. That's the background. Okay, mage the class. As dangerous as it is potent, magic is a curse for those lacking the will to wield it. Malevolent spirits that wish to enter the world of the living are drawn to mages like beacons, putting the mage and everyone nearby in constant danger. Because of this, mages lead lives of isolation, locked away from the world they threaten. Spirit healer, shapeshifter, arcane warrior, blood mage. I hurt my throat earlier, so I'm gonna be drinking some water pretty often today, I think. Anyway, human noble. Born to wealth and power, second only to royalty, you find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. Okay, and then the Magi background is the same for both the humans and the elves. Dalish Elf, proud of your role as one of the few true elves, you have always assumed you would spend your life with your tribe, until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. City Elf, you have always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords, but when a local lord claiming his privilege with the bride shatters your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. And then Dwarves. Dwarf Commoner, born casteless, where the rank is everything. Bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord, you have spent your life invisible, until chance thrusts you into the spotlight where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth. Is this a Byzantine-tastic stream? I would say so. I'd say it's Byzantine leaning for sure. Dwarf Noble. As the favored child of the Dwarven King, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and sycophants may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield. Now, if you have never played Dragon Age Origins, and you are playing this for the first time, I recommend any of the backgrounds. I think they're all pretty good. I have played, not all of them, because I don't think I've never really played as a dwarf, but the Human Noble background is good, the Magi background is good, the Elven backgrounds are both good. In fact, I think the best origin in the game, the best origin story in the game, because the way that this game works is that you play through each of these backgrounds, have a different starting quest. They both have a different... all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these start the game entirely differently. They start in different areas of the map. They have different inciting incidents that lead into the main plot of the story, which are sort of depicted here. And I think the very best one in terms of like writing and emotionality, I think is female City Elf. Maybe followed by Human Noble, in the way that they connect to the insular story of Dragon Age Origins, or in just the quality of their writing, but in the way that it connects in overall with the rest of the series. I think I'm going to go with Dalish Elf. I like being a Dalish Elf in this game because of what I know about the later games in the series, and it gives you some insight, some greater insight into sort of the lore in the world in a way that the other backgrounds really don't do. The rest of the backgrounds here do something a lot. They're way more connected to this game. The Dalish Elf background in this game is sort of removed from a lot of the things because they are removed from civilization in a way, right? With the dwarves, you have direct ties to the Darkspawn and the political intrigue of Orzammar, of how, you know, their caste system works and how that ties into sort of the blight that's going on. With the Magi, you're literally tied up in the Mage versus Templar versus Chantry situation. With the Human Noble, you are like tied in deeply with the politics of what's going on, and you're familiar with very, you know, important characters in the game, and you have that kind of perspective. And you start in High Ever, which is a place that is mentioned a lot, but you don't get to go otherwise outside of this background. Whereas, like, the Dalish Elf opening is, or the Dalish Elf origin is not really tied to anything tangible at all in the context of its own game here. But in terms of world building, in terms of lore, in terms of stuff that we're going to be seeing much, much, much later on, not just in this game, but in DA2, in Inquisitor, and in Veilguard eventually, Dalish Elf is pretty important, and I think lays down some lore that I really like, and it's comfy vibes. So I'm going to be a male Dalish Elf. We're going to be male for also reasons that we will see later on in the game, but
Greetings.
we're gonna, now we got to make our character. Are any of these presets good? I don't know if I've ever looked at these presets. Also, this game came out in, like, what, 2007? So it's a little behind. I just said flashbacks. So it's a little bit, you know, graphically not the most impressive. I do have some mods that do stuff with, like, lighting and textures, but I don't have any big overhaul games. I don't really want to change the game too much because I think it's kind of fine the way that it is. First of all, let's go. Wow, we could be really old. Let's be really young. We're an elf. We can't be really old, right? Can't be that old. We could be a little old, I guess. We could be healthy looking or gray. I don't know which one I like more. Everybody in this game is a little gray. Can you be green? No. Not in this game. We're gonna save the tattoos until I fix the hair. Hold on, let's just go bald. Buzz cut, balding 2. Just some hair. No Shrek today. No. We're gonna try it. Let's go with something a little bit longer. Maybe we do go with the default one that I picked. I'm not sure. We could go with the Matthew Mercer. I do like the braids. This one we got a nice braid. Let's see. Not that one. This one? No. Maybe we do go with the one that was just given to us. I do kind of like that one. Yeah, why not? And then I think we're gonna go. We do want red hair, I think. Just because it's what I'm rocking with. Maybe not that red. Maybe that red. We gotta have big eyebrows. Ain't no party like a big eyebrow party. That's what I always say. These ones. Brown. Okay, and then the tattoos. So the tattoos, you'll learn more about it later on. But these are called Veloslin or Velislin. I can't remember how they say it. We'll hear it later on in the game. And they are cultural for the elves, for the Dalish elves specifically. And they're a little bit more than that if you get a little bit of lore. But for now, we're just going to look at ones that look cool. I think this is Elgernon. These are... Hold on. I know the sound went out because I clicked off the game. These look almost the same as they do in Inquisition. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Bring me back. Bring me back. Yeah. This is what would become June's later on. Okay, I see. Or maybe somebody else's later on. Oh no, Andril. This is Elgernon's, which is interesting. Falendin. Or maybe this is Andril's? Or June's? I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna pick the cool. We're gonna pick ones that I think fit. This is Gillinin's. Gil. I don't know her name. I haven't played Veilguard yet. Gil. I think we might go. I do like the ones that are a little bit more subtle. But I also like the ones that are not subtle at all. You guys are probably hearing me just say names and are like, what is this person talking about? We definitely want to have tattoos because we're Dalish. We want the Veloslin. I think lore-wise, Elgernon would be really interesting. Because it represents the father of the elven pantheon here. Sort of an all-father situation. I also like Gillinons. Gills. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go with this. Where is it? I think I'm gonna go with Gil. Would you say 20% of gameplay is customizing your character? In a game that allows you to customize your character, yes. I cannot tell what half of these colors are. Which one is green? Where's green? Purple, blue, something or other. We could also have it be these sort of lighter tattoos. That's green. That's kind of green. Say that is green. And you know what? We'll keep the tattoo intensity up. What's the point of not having a tattoo if the tattoo intensity is all the way up? I think I fucked that up. What's the point of having a tattoo if the tattoo intensity is not all the way up? Oh no, I think the best one is the one that we already have here. Let's try to make somebody who looks relatively normal here. I can't even tell what half of these colors are. Green. Can't tell if that's brown or red. We'll go with the darker brown. Those can stay. This can stay. This can stay. This can stay. I don't know what it was at. Neck thickness. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, and we get to change our in-game character portrait. Interesting. What if we had like a... Yeah, that's perfect. No, what even is that expression? That's crazy. Let's go with a slight smile here, and then we'll go... Maybe that?
I have lost concentration.
No, definitely not that.
How do you do?
Say it again.
Damn, lost the spell. Not even a scratch?
Great. Well, that didn't work.
Well,
I need some other attack. Move aside.
Greetings. Blast it! I have lost the spell. This weapon does nothing.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I lost a spell. Greetings.
Oh, my spell!
is this Yuri Lowenthal?
This isn't working. Need something else.
It is.
You're in my way.
Say it again.
Goodbye.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I lost a spell. This weapon does nothing. Coming through. Farewell.
How do you do? Right. Casting. Focus.
It sounds so funny.
This is not good. Coming through. Off I go. No. Let's not and say we did.
No, let's not and say we did.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Let's go with Suave. Suave is fine. All right, and so we're gonna be a rogue. We don't need any of that bullshit. We'll just go 15 willpower, I guess. So we're gonna be a rogue because I like playing a rogue in this game. I just want to make sure I picked rogue, right?
Charmed, I'm sure.
All changes will be lost. How do I know what class I picked? This is rogue, right? Oh no. I'm gonna go with yes. This is rogue because I have coercion, stealing, trap making, survival. Okay, and the Dalish elf gets survival and poison making, I think, as their initial skills. And since they already have survival, I'm gonna go coercion. And I'm also gonna go deft hands and stealth so I can steal. And open locks. Level 4, you have to be level 8 to get some of this stuff. Alright. Let's play on... hold on. This is the recommended setting, providing a good balance of challenge and survivability. What is easy? We'll do normal for now until I get annoyed. I've played this game through a couple of times on normal, so it should be fine, but... And hopefully we get to see that the UI is fixed.
Born amidst the Dalish elves, noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly knit clans, struggling to maintain their half-forgotten lore in a human world that fears and despises them. You spend your time hunting with your clanmate Tamlin in the forests, and as is sometimes the case, your quarry is not always the local wildlife.
Ooh, run, buddy, run! Get him, Tamlin.
It's a Dalish!
And you three are somewhere you shouldn't be.
Let us pass, Elf. You have no right to stop us.
And who are you?
No? We will see about that, won't we? You're just in time. I found these humans lurking in the bushes. Bandits, no doubt.
We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us.
You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland.
We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours.
This forest isn't ours, fool. You've stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethalon? What should we do with him?
Lethalon. Alright. Kill them, what do I care? The others will never know. Let them go. You judge humans too harshly. Let's find out what they're doing here. Okay, the thing about this game, it did come out many years ago, and there are some interesting options, but more than that, there's some very good opportunity for an evil playthrough options, but we're not going to do those for the most part, just because that's not the playthrough that we're doing here. But why don't we find out what they're doing here? Let's find out what they're doing here.
Does it matter? Hunting or banditry, we'll need to move camp if we let them live.
Look, we didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave.
Yes, a cave. With ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be,
Treasure? So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits.
Her hair is so bright in the light. Chaotic good or chaotic evil? Which do you prefer? Definitely chaotic good. Chaotic evil is boring. Treasure. So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits. I'd like to see these ruins.
So would I. I've never heard of ruins in these parts.
But I have proof. Here, we found this just inside the entrance.
This stone has carvings. Is this Elvish? Written Elvish?
There's more in the ruins. We didn't get very far in, though.
Why not? How do you know that's Elvish, Tamlin?
I've seen something similar on the Keeper's scrolls. And this is all you found? Why didn't you look for more?
There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it.
A demon. Where is this cave?
Just off the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside.
Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go?
Chaotic evil wouldn't be boring if you had a giant evil death ray laser. Well, you make a point. I don't know if it's a good point, but you make a point. Hold on, I'm gonna put my sweater on. I gotta put my hoodie on, it is cold. You make a laser point? I think batteries do that, actually. What are we doing? Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go? Now I gotta redo my hair. Hold on. Put the hoodie on. Gotta retie my hair. There we go. Do you trust them? Shall we let them go? Kill one, the others will make sure no one else comes. You frighten them enough. They won't bother us.
Run along then, Shems. And don't come back until we Dalish have moved on.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, shall we see if there's any truth to this story? These carvings make me curious.
Yeah, let's go check out the ruins with the demon in it. Nothing bad can happen there. Sounds like a good idea.
And if we find anything, the Keeper will want to know.
Alright, tactical view, issuing orders. Pauses. Okay. Let me make sure all my options are good. We have all the subtitles on. Floating numbers. All this stuff. I did turn down the camera movement sensitivity a little bit. Quick save is F9, quick load, or quick save is F5, quick load is F9. We're going to be saving a lot in this game, just because even though I think I fixed most of the crashing issues, maybe not. Maybe not. So, hold on, let me see. Let's talk. Can we talk to you? Oh. How do I right click?
Come on already. Let's look for this cave.
All right.
You said it was to the west.
Jesus. Okay. Come on, Tamlin. Let's go. Ooh, can I collect this? Hold on. Tamlin. Dead Holla up ahead. Interesting. Inventory and equipment, press I. So we do have the DLC items in our... Why does it want me to take off my clothes? That's so weird. We do have DLC items. We also have, I believe, a mod for the hotbar, which will let us mess around with stuff later on. If the mods are working, I cannot tell yet. I have no idea. A small stone. We have an elven artifact. A small stone statue of a woman with antlers like a hala, which is a type of deer, with the moon under her right foot and two hares beside her. The base of the statue is covered in strange writing. Interesting. It's giving me a tutorial behind my head. I don't think you can see it.
And so I shall.
Why did I... Oh my god, it's so loud. Battle is so loud. Okay. I'm just gonna be shooting point blank. Do I have daggers? What are we doing here? No, I only have a bow. Okay. That's dirty fighting this wolf. Stun this wolf. Miss from point blank range. There we go. Lesser lyrium potion. Okay, get a lyrium potion right away. Dead Holla. Oh, and I will be reading all of the codexes. I don't know if my mods are working. Hold on, let me double check here. I just want to see what they're supposed to look like. I just want to see what this UI mod is supposed to look like. I need to see a before and after. I don't know if that is. I actually don't think it's working. Let's go to my journal. Let's go to the codex. Yeah, this is not. Why are these not working? Have an amazing day. Keep positive. We'll do our best. Dragon Age. Hold on, I gotta Google this. Dragon Age Origins mods not working? Let's close the game. Dragon Age Origins mods. Okay, we might have to go on a side quest. We might have to go on a side quest to get this working. I tried this earlier and I thought it was all working, but apparently not. Which is a problem. Let me do just a little something something here. Maybe I have to launch the game in a different way than the way that I launched the game, which would not surprise me. Sometimes modding old games like that do be doing stuff like that. I have all of the mods in the places that they are supposed to be, I believe. Let me double check. One more place. Just because I want to see. Hold on, I'm going to quit the game. And then I'm going to move my mod folder real quick to a different place. And hopefully that should work. And if not, I'm going to try one more thing. But I'm going to move all these files. We'll try updating with the DA updater, and then we will try again. I hope we didn't lose everything and anything. For this, let's switch over to just chatting for just a moment. Just so we can have a little bit of music on in the background. I am already invested in playing this game. I just want to be able to read. I thought it was just a little weird when the dialogue wasn't that big. I was like, wait a second. An hour in and I have to reinstall all the mods and everything? That's crazy. But at least it didn't crash. I'm hoping that it doesn't crash very much in the future either, but I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. Okay. Time remaining 3 minutes? That's such a lie. It's such a liar. But anyways, I'm really excited. I'm already having fun just talking about lore on the freaking character creation segment of the game. We haven't even gotten into the game yet. I'm very excited to play more of this and just to relive all of that Dragon Age goodness. Sorry, I got distracted rearranging my desktop. Usually I don't have icons on my desktop. I have them turned off. Show desktop icons turned off, and then I just got a little bit distracted when I just turned them on to look at something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just get a little distracted. Moving 12,000 items from documents to documents. That's crazy. It's because I had my primary OS installed on a different hard drive, and then I moved it to the hard drive that it's on now. But I didn't move over everything, so sometimes we gotta do stuff like this, like move the mods from BioWare folder documents to BioWare folder documents, but on a different hard drive. Just to make sure that everything works properly, which is fine. It's totally fine. But we are going to do that. And it should work. It should replace all the 9 files that are already in that folder. Replace them. They don't need to be there. Okay. Now. I'm gonna boot the game up one more time. And if that doesn't work, then I have one more thing to try. Hold on, we gotta turn the chatting music off. Let's just load into this autosave and see if it works. Okay, it looks like they did work. Yes, oh my god, yes. Everything is bigger. Everything is bigger and lovelier. And we can rearrange our hotbar. We can have it cover the whole screen. We can have it do some funny stuff like this where we... For now, I'm thinking... I don't know what would be better. Longer row? I don't know. We're going to go with the 2. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with this for now. We'll put this up here. And 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 we'll But yes, now we have all of the things that we need. Let's first use this. I don't know if that turned it on or off. But we have some additional items. And now we can read the codex properly. Showing helmets. No, I do not want to be showing helmets. Let's unshow helmets. Hiding helmets. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay. Okay, now we should be able to read everything and see what's going on here. The icons you can see are a little low fidelity, but it's fine because they're totally fine. Yes, and now I can read. Now I can read. What are we wearing, by the way? Dalish gloves, Dalish armor, Dalish boots. Makes sense to me. Okay, we're gonna make the daggers our weapon set 1, and then we'll make the bow our weapon set 2, just because I like that more. And then what is the hotkey for switching them? A backslash? Okay. What did these say? Darmy suit. That must be a type of a blade forged by the Dalish smiths, made from metal bartered from the human lands. Okay. The leather was cut from thicker for the index and middle finger so it would withstand heavy use by archers. This sturdy leather hide has been embossed with the designs of hunting hawks and serpents. Perfect for hunters stalking prey. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now, let's read those codexes that we got. Where are they at? Culture and history. We're going to start here. I don't know how to... I don't know. Anyways, the Dalish elves. We'll read about ourselves before we do anything. In time... Actually, no. We'll do this. We'll read the codex once we do some stuff. Once we do a little something something. I wonder if it would be even better to just have it take up as less space as possible. I don't know. What happens if I do it like this? Oh, it just moves that stuff up? Maybe this takes up as least space as possible. I don't know. Alright, let's go stab these wolves. Come here. Come here, wolves. Die, wolf. The game... It's so loud. Wow, I got a death blow on the wolf. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's keep all that low. I kind of don't remember how I played the game last. I don't remember. Do not remember. Dead Hollow. Clan Shield. You just encountered a locked item, but you unlocked it. That's cool. This was made by a Dalish craftsman for the hunters of his clan. A hala had been painted on the front to invoke Gillenine, so the hunter might find his way home. See, I wasn't just making up names in the character creator. They exist. We're covered in blood. We're covered in blood. Alright. We'll read the codex when we're done investigating these ruins.
Delighted.
The Brazilian forest. What is in the... What is in here? Oh, just vines. Okay. Okie dokie.
As you desire.
I do desire it. Give me some elf root. And some rubble? Question mark? Some deep mushrooms? Oh, this doesn't look good, does it,
Must
boy?
be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you?
No, I don't. Let's check it out.
My thoughts exactly. With luck, we'll find something that will make us clan heroes.
With luck. Oh, also, let's put... How do I put this on the... How do I put this on the... There we go. Then I can put it up here. But put the health potions down there. The common name for Canaverus, this herb actually has little to do with elves other than being commonly collected and traded to outsiders by the Dalish. It is the primary ingredient in many healing salves. Ooh. And then deep mushrooms, fungi found underground in close proximity to lyrium veins. In addition to their restorative properties, they can also be made into poisons. Very interesting. Is it cheating if I put this on? I'm just going to put it on. Shaper's assistant Hilson worked at the excavation site in Kadash Taig. By all accounts, he had an uncanny ability to dodge falling rocks and other work-related hazards. Unfortunately, Hilson drowned in his bath one day and the belt passed on to a friend. Interesting. Oh, these must be items from Golems of Amgarak. I understand. This belt is embroidered with Tevinter symbols of the occult. It was recovered in Amgarak among the Midi, blah, 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 blah. We'll read about that later. Maybe I shouldn't use it. I'm gonna use it. Make the game easier on myself. I'm here for the lore. Let's go into the creepy vine cave. Nothing bad can happen to us there, right? Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
Yeah, they do. What is that? Cocoon? Oh, what did I get? Leather boots. Did I get leather boots out of the cocoon? I must have. Interesting. Ah! Giant spiderling. Let's fight him. Stun him, and then get behind him, and backstab him, and backstab him, and backstab him. Okay. Ooh, the game is so loud when the fight starts. It's just kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. Oh, it also reset all of my settings here, so that would explain why it felt a little off here. Let's just turn this down a little bit. We'll turn this down to like 9. It's just so loud. We'll turn the sound effects down to 8 for now. I got 5 copper from that.
All right.
Ooh, I unlocked it. Engraved silver bowl. Can I use that in any way, or is that just like a valuable silver bowl? Patterned of vines and leaves. Okay. This place is very cool. Pile of bones. Oh, is the iron dagger better than my... They are the exact same. So we're gonna equip the lore ones because they're cooler. We're gonna equip the lore ones because they're cooler. Open this door. Alright, and then I don't know which way is better. Probably that way. No, maybe this way? Maybe they both go to the same place? It looks like they both go to the same place. There's spiders over there. That's spooky. Spooky, scary spidertons. Let's go this way. Trap detected.
See there? That's
Let me... I'm disarming it. Oh no, I got webbed, dude. I'm getting webbed. It's so not cool. Okay, I think the battle is a little bit better. Jesus, just stab it. Okay. That was weird. Everybody just stopped doing whatever they were doing. Everybody just stopped. They said no more. I don't really want to fall there, but I might.
Right.
I feel like spiders come out of there.
Delighted.
Insufficient skill? Oh no.
Right.
Alright, well I guess we go this way.
I would watch.
Ow. Hold on. I got fireballed. I fireballed myself. That's so messed up. No, I'm webbed. Maybe I will turn it on easy just so I can experience the lore.
Now this should be amusing. Let's see.
Darkspawn mace? There's darkspawn in these woods? Oops. I like how the spiders
You desire.
didn't activate the pressure plate. But it does give me XP, so I'm all good with that. Elf fruits. I'll take it.
See there? That's a trap.
See there? That's a trap. Okay. And then this is the hallway that I came out of, so I guess it didn't matter. Maybe we should have went this way. It might have been the path of least resistance. Which I guess also means the path of least XP, so maybe it's good that we didn't do that. Darkspawn mace. What do you have, Tamlin? Here's a longsword. Sure. Whatever you want. Whatever you want, King. I really like the designs of this place. I really like the architecture. There's a lot of dead bodies.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
It's worn, but it looks vaguely familiar.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
I might take the chat off the screen just because the stuff is up there. Hold on a second. Let me make sure this is working. What did he say? Human architecture, statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of our Lathan? It's interesting. So much of our past is lost to us.
I'd never have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
Yeah, I think I'll change the channel of the screen just because the map's up there, the dialogue's up there. There's stuff going on up there that we need to see. And then we're gonna unlock this door from...
Of course.
It doesn't unlock from either side? That's so messed up. What if I stealthed? Damn. Thought maybe that would work. That's kind of funny. Alright.
The unnatural are always so obvious.
These damn skeletons thought they could ambush me. Get backstabbed. What am I doing here? There we go.
The light.
Those walking corpses? This place is haunted.
I love a backstab. Oh no. That's so messed up. Does that go away or?
This place makes me nervous.
Makes me nervous too. So talk, if that'll calm you down. What do you think all this is? Why do you want me to come down here so badly? Why did you want to come down here so badly?
Are you curious? We could be discovering our history. Minstrels will write songs about us.
I am curious. Oh, the poison went away. I am curious.
If I were to bring some valuable ancestral artifact back to the Keeper, she might forgive me for, well, you know.
We were both brawling. I don't see why you got published. Thank you for covering for me, by the way. Oh, we must have gotten into a fight. And then he covered for us. Thank you for covering for me, by the way.
Of course. You know I'd do anything for you. At
Aww.
any rate, I wasn't expecting this place to feel quite like this. Maybe this wasn't the best idea.
What do you think all this is?
I'm not sure. This looks like a very old human place.
I think how the dead skeletons are just in the background.
Elven artifacts we built. Maybe some of our ancestors lived here. In caves, like the dwarves. I'll stick to roaming the land myself.
More likely that this doesn't feel like anyone's home. More likely the elves here were slaves.
The Keeper said it took a long time for slavery to erase our ancestors' history. Maybe whoever lived here still wrote and spoke Elven. It does feel sinister here, doesn't it?
This doesn't feel like anyone's
I
home.
don't know. I have this odd sensation that we've disturbed something. Like we just walked into a dragon's lair.
I hope
Well,
not.
Whatever it is, it won't stop me. The Dalish hunter fears nothing.
Do you think the Keeper will want to come here?
She takes any opportunity to gather elven lore. When the clans come together, they exchange whatever they found. She shouldn't come without hunters to guard her, though. The air here feels so sinister.
How did you know all that about the statue?
I saw a picture of it in one of those old books the Keeper never lets anyone touch. It was one of the old gods. The Keeper called him a friend of the dead.
Felindon? Is that his name? Felindon? Friend of the dead. What does that mean?
He was a guide who took people across the spirit land to their final rest in the beyond. But he wasn't an evil god, not like Fenharol.
Oh my god.
It doesn't seem right that a place so wrong would be his.
Fenharol mentioned immediately in the Dalish origin. This is why I wanted to do this, by the way. How could walking corpses be here?
Harren Pival once said that in places where many people died, it can become Seth and Aeron, a land of waking dreams. The veil becomes weak and spirits slip into our world. Then they possess corpses and walk around.
Maybe this is the demon the humans saw.
It's hard to imagine anything else could live here with these creatures. Still, worse things may be ahead. This place reeks of something wrong. Can you feel it? Let's press on. I want to know how our people were involved with this.
You said something about a veil?
I'm no storyteller. All I remember of the Haren's tales is that a veil separates our world from the spirit world.
Damn right
Said
it
that
does.
Spirits are jealous of us and always try to steal our souls. They want to be like us so badly, they'll even possess our dead, which drives them insane. But for them to enter our world, the veil must be weak. Is that why this place feels so strange?
I don't like that idea.
Neither do I.
Let's keep going.
Lead on, Lethaline.
Alright, let me save. And then let me change this. I do not want to be playing in full screen mode. I do want to be playing in 1920 by 1080, and then I do want to add this window. And then I do want to change the properties of this window to 1920 by 1080. There we go. I don't know if I applied that. Let me do it again. Apply. Yay. There we go. Now I can click off of it without ruining everything. Okay, I just had to reset it. What is this? Full party selection, move freely. Interesting. Do I want that on the screen? Also, we're going to leave all this stuff on until this game starts crashing, and then the first thing I'll do is turn the anti-aliasing off, if necessary. Okay. Oh, shit. What a... Get stunned. Bear scarn. It's like an angry wolf rat thing. It hits hard.
You aren't going to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror, are you?
I'm still leveled up. If you're so eager to look at it, go ahead.
I will. This is the only thing we've seen here that isn't broken. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
Hey, don't. Inside the mirror, let me see. Get away from it, Tamlin. You're imagining things. Inside the mirror. Let me see.
Look, don't you see it? There it is again.
That can't be good.
Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look.
Tamlin, don't do it.
It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness.
Oh my god, he can see the Black City.
It saw me. Help! I can't look away!
Oh. Bright light warning. Damn. I don't think you should...
Hear me.
Oh, hi, Duncan.
I am very sorry.
What's going on? Hey, man. Who are you? I don't think you should have touched that. I think we should have left that alone. I think that might have been better for everybody if we just sort of left that mirror alone, maybe? Oh, my head. What the hell's going on?
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethaline.
Thank you, Yuri
You're
Lowenthal.
back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Worried? Where's Tamlin?
We don't know. The Shem who brought you here saw no sign of him.
There was a human?
Shem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him?
I've been here for 2
He
days?
was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
Oh, damn. Is anyone... I need to talk to the Keeper right away. Is anyone looking for Tamlin? The Shemlin was a Grey Warden. Will I be alright? The Shemlin was a Grey Warden?
So he claimed. I just wish he'd told us where that cave was. Most of the hunters are looking for it right now.
No, I know where it
I
is.
wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
Keeper. What's going on, Keeper?
I see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did.
My staff, Keeper.
I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
Duncan, is that the one who brought me back?
Yes. He introduced himself as a Grey Warden. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
All I remember was the mirror. There were walking corpses and other strange monsters.
Walking corpses? Dark magic.
I did find a darkspawn weapon in there, though.
I know not what the other creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember?
A mirror. Tamlin touched it.
A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected.
Well, you haven't collected much
I
lore.
was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dalan? Without you, we will not find it.
I am up to it, Keeper. I feel fine.
I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly.
Are you not interested in the ruins and the mirror?
I would be lying if I said I was not. But whatever knowledge lies in that cave is not worth our children. I send you back with hopes of finding Tamlin, and that is all.
Why do you want me to take Merrill?
Merrill knows a degree of my magic. Tamlin's chances of surviving the journey back are greater with her help. I also wish for Merrill to see this cave and mirror. She has a sense for these things, and could shed light on the nature of this illness.
Doesn't Merrill risk getting ill as well?
You recovered, and Merrill will too. Still, be careful. Should you come upon this strange mirror again, do not touch it.
No promises. The clan is leaving?
If there is any truth to what Duncan said, then Darkspawn may show up in these parts soon. We must get away from that horde, but that is not our only concern. Did you encounter any other humans out in the forest?
3 of them. Yes, actually. Is it important?
Although you hurt no one, these humans roused their nearby village against us.
Of course they did.
As everywhere, our people are not welcome here. We have stayed too long, and we must move on, quickly.
That's what I get for letting them go free. Take Merrill to the cave and find
Go
Tamlin.
quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
I understand. I'm curious about these darkspawn you mentioned.
Remember that Tamlin needs your help.
It's fine. I can ask questions. Didn't the Grey Wardens destroy the darkspawn long ago?
They destroyed the last horde of Darkspawn to threaten the surface centuries ago. It doesn't mean they extinguished them all.
Why did the Grey Warden think I had met a darkspawn?
Darkspawn are filthy, diseased beasts that taint the very air around them. The Grey Warden seem to think your illness came from this taint. Since you did not meet any Darkspawn, I don't see how that could be.
Illness
No
is
doubt he was mistaken.
illness is stored in the taint. What is a darkspawn exactly? I've never seen one before.
They are mostly boogeymen, used to frighten human children. In modern times, they are rarely seen on surface lands. But rumor holds that great numbers dwell in the ancient tunnels of the Draganlan, the dwarves. They obliterate all that is in their path. Like a plague of locusts, they spread disease and misery when they come to the surface. An event to be feared, without doubt.
Could that bear-like monster have been a darkspawn?
The old tomes say darkspawn come in as many varieties as surface creatures. They also say that many darkspawn are seen only during what the humans call a blight. Perhaps your bear monster was one of those.
Do you think this cave was a darkspawn lair?
Darkspawn are savage, uncultured creatures, more akin to locusts than men. They may have befouled the cave, but they did not build what is there. From the warden's description, it may have been a temple devoted to an old god. Should we return, I may see it for myself. Then do not tarry. Find Tamlin quickly.
I have questions about this Grey Warden.
When Tamlin's life is at stake?
Yes. It's been 2 days.
Very well.
He can last. I thought the Grey Wardens had disappeared. Are these Wardens great warriors?
They are the best and most noble of all races, Dalen. Few can achieve their standards.
I thought the Grey Wardens had disappeared.
Not quite, Dalen. After they defeated the Darkspawn long ago, the Grey Warden's numbers diminished greatly over the centuries. It seems the humans have little use for them if Darkspawn aren't actively raising their lambs. I suppose the thought of Darkspawn returning one day did not occur to them.
And have they returned?
The Grey Warden thinks so. A war may be in the offing. If so, we must get as far away from it as possible.
Could we not help in the battle?
Let the humans fight their battles, as we must fight our own.
Why did you believe anything this Shemlin said?
He seemed honorable, and his care for your safety speaks well of him. I trust my judgment.
How did he even know where to bring
He
me?
said he had been looking for our clan, and had a hint of our whereabouts. As I said, you were fortunate. It is possible he sought a volunteer to join their order.
Ooh. Dalish have joined these Grey Wardens before.
Indeed. The Grey Wardens once consisted of the best from all races. I know of no Dalish joining them since the days of the Darkspawn Wars, however.
What if he asks for one now?
It would be a great honor, though I don't know why any Dalish would choose such a life. Regardless, he has not asked. Then do not tarry. Find Tamlin quickly. Master Island can help you. Go to him and ask to see his stock.
Alright, goodbye, Keeper. And I leveled up. Alright, so we're gonna go... We're gonna go into cunning first, and then we'll get our willpower up. See, I don't have any specializations because I don't have any saved data. We'll do coercion 2. We'll do coercion 2. And we'll do below the belt. Let me save the game. And then let us read some codex. We're gonna just get rid of all of these. Control ones. Notes. And then these are the DLC ones. Let's look at creatures here. The Hala. No creature is more revered by the Dalish than the Hala. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Hala keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, these stags bore elven knights into combat, but since the fall of the Dales, they are used less as mounts and more to pull the Aravels. Giant spider. Giant spiders tend to appear in old ruins and other places where the veil has become thin because of magical disturbances or a great number of deaths. In such places, spirits and demons pass into the world of the living and attempt to take control over living beings, spiders among them. Not all scholars accept this explanation for the presence of these beasts, however. Some claim that the thinning veil allows magic to leak from the Fade, tainting such creatures as these spiders, to transform into larger and more potent creatures than they ever would become naturally. While such spiders are known to possess powerful poisons and the ability to fling their webs as opponents in combat, studies of them have been few, and the full range of their abilities are unknown. Wolf. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For a people that so clearly adore their hounds, Fereldans simultaneously harbor a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From Legends of Ferelden by Mother Eilis of Denerim 910 Dragon, which was 20 years ago. This game takes place in 930 Dragon, by the way, let's remember that. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then only when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When darkspawn rise onto the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. That's very interesting. Just the presence of darkspawn turns animals into beasts. In Blight's past, as the corruption of the darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its packed instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The Brazilian forest. Brazil mentioned. There are places in the Brazilian forest where the veil is so thin the difference between awake and dreaming is next to nothing. In one such place, a woodshaper was born under such unfortunate stars that his mother named him Abeles, which means sorrow, and he lived up to his name. He could keep no apprentices, and lost his stock of bows in mishap after mishap, until finally he had nothing. The rest of the clan began to fear that his ill luck would harm them too, and whispered among themselves of casting him out. Abeles, I don't know how to say his name. Abeles heard them and resolved to change his luck, and so went into the forest alone to seek a suitable tree from which to make bows. At last he spied a young rowan growing beside a stream. He drew his axe, and the tree cried out in fear, begging to be spared. But Abeles said, "If I do not take your life, mine will surely end." With 2 strokes he felled the tree. From the tree he made the finest 3 bows he had ever crafted. Pleased, Abeles returned to camp and gave his bows to the hunters at once. By nightfall, however, the camp was in an uproar. The hunters had returned with braces of hairs which, when cut open, revealed only worms and sawdust. Ew. The elder said it was a sign that the hunters had robbed some spirit of its host, for it is well known that spirits do not go about the waking world on their own, but inhabit another creature's body. The elder worked a charm to banish the spirit back to the Fade, and the clan went to sleep hungry. The next day, the hunters brought back a doe, and again the beast bled sawdust. Now the clan began to fear the spirit would starve them, and wondered what they had done to deserve it. Abeles came forward, then, and told of the rowan tree. The elder considered for a long time before declaring that they must replace what Abeles had taken from the spirit. So he sent the hunters to dig up a rowan sapling and bring it living to the camp. There the elder ordered the sapling planted and appealed to the spirit for forgiveness. There was a terrible sound then, as if the whole forest was crying out in protest. A darkness fell upon the camp, though it was just past midday. And when the darkness passed, a rowan grove, every tree bearing the frozen face of a terrified elf, stood where the camp had been. From then on, it was forbidden in every clan to cut living trees in the Basilian forest. The spirits know nothing of forgiveness. Damn. That's a great little story. The Rowan Grove, a Dalish Tale from Ferelden by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. So the thing about the lore in this game is that it is almost entirely told through hearsay. It's legends from one culture going against legends from another culture, going against legends from another culture, going against, you know, things being passed down through different religions, through different folklores, through different families. So just a random guy on the street will know some stuff about history and lore, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, true to the reality of the events that took place in the stories that they are telling, right? The reality might be something different, right? It might be propaganda, or it might be changed based on the culture or the religion or whatever. And that makes the lore in this game very interesting, because you kind of got to piece it together yourself. You got to see the similarities and these seemingly completely disparate stories to really understand that reality is something is happening in between them that I think is very interesting. I think it's a great way of letting the player kind of get invested in the world and the lore, because there's no right answer most of the time until you see it for yourselves. Alright, Dalish Elves. In time, the human empires will crumble. We have seen it happen countless times. Until then, we wait. We keep to the wild borderlands. We raise Hala and build Aravels and present a moving target to the humans around us. We try to keep hold of the old ways to relearn what was forgotten. We call to the ancient gods, although they do not answer, and have not heard us since before the fall of Arlathan, so that one day they might remember us. Elgarnan, the eldest of the sun, and he who overthrew his father. Mythal, the protector. Fenhurel, the dread wolf. Andruel, the huntress. Falandin, the friend of the dead. Dirthamen, the keeper of secrets. Gillanine, the mother of Hala. June, the master of crafts. And Selise, the hearth keeper. Remember these names, they're going to be important. Every Dragon Age game. It's so fun being the Dalish Elf to start this, because you get, once you have played the other games, like I had not played a Dalish Elf until after I played Inquisition, and so coming back to play this and then seeing Fenhurel being mentioned in like the first 5 minutes of the Dalish Elf origin is so cool. It's so interesting, and just interesting to see how they've had the lore set and taken upon themselves as they've gone on throughout the rest of the games. It's very cool. It's very, very good world building. Fenhurel, the Dread Wolf, Mythal, the Protector, Elgarnan, Andril, Falandine. The statue in the cave that Tamlin is talking about is Falandine, the friend of the dead, is what he is assumed that the statue was supposed to be representative of. We gather every 10 years for the Arlathvin to retell the ancient stories and keep them alive. For when the human kingdoms are gone, we must be ready to teach the others what it means to be elves. As told by Gisharl, keeper of the Relifarin clan of Dalish elves. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's talk to a bunch of people and get a bunch of stuff.
Is the keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
Yes, I'm going with Meryl.
I want to go with you. Keeper Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
I'm only supposed to take Meryl.
Tamlin's my friend too. I want to help find him. If Meryl can risk it, so can I.
I will not disobey the keeper.
Then ask her. I'll go with you and we'll ask her together. She can't say no to both of us.
Are you sure about that?
Fine. I suppose I'd just get you into trouble. I guess I should be guarding the camp right now anyhow. Good luck finding Tamlin. You have my prayers.
Thank you, boss. Is this better? I guess gray iron is better than iron. Suppose it would be, huh? Okay. Hello, child.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
That's, I don't know about all that.
Going to help look for Tamlin? Oh, poor boy. Lost somewhere out there.
He do be doing that. He do be lost. He do be doing. This is the Children's Aravel, is what this is called. Very cool. The land ships. Very, very cool.
All right.
Got a lot of stuff here.
And so I shall.
It's good to see you healthy. We feared you would perish.
I would never perish.
Search parties have been looking for Tamlin since the Grey Warden brought you back. No luck so far.
Are you going to help look for Tamlin? Oh, poor boy.
That shaman was a Grey Warden. They are supposed to be great warriors.
Central Fire, Storage Aravel, Hunter's Aravel, Holopen, Bowmaker Aravel. Interesting. Child? Hello?
Is Tamlin dead?
Hey, you're not supposed to ask that.
He's not coming back.
Delighted.
You don't need to ask that.
And so I shall.
Not possible to pick. Dalthanu. Is that the longsword? Oh no, it's an axe. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A typical Dalish hand axe forged by the clan smiths from bartered for metal. Crude, savage-looking weapon was forged by the Darkspawn has been corrupted and tarnished by their touch. This is from one of the DLC, so I guess we don't need to really worry about that. Alright, let's talk to Pyvel.
So you have returned to us, Dalen. We are grateful you're whole and well.
I am glad to be here as well, Hauran.
So you should be. What were you two thinking, wandering into that cave without first coming to tell the Keeper?
Alright, chill. We wanted to see if there was anything to tell, Hauran.
Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned. But you kept exploring, didn't you?
I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price.
Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
What do you mean?
Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Certainly, Hauran.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Well, children, it starts with a mommy elf and a daddy elf. No, long ago we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us be. If you've ever lost your bow, it was a lot like that. No, but the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Then the humans declared war on the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands.
Did that kid just pick his nose?
Our people, forcing
That's
us to
fucked
live
up.
in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who have lost them.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenon. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the Oath of the Dales perfectly.
It's because I read the
will let you
codex.
Get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
What do you know about the Grey Warden?
The one who brought you back? Very little. He seemed decent enough as humans go. As for Grey Wardens, they're heroes without a doubt. Members of our own clan joined their ranks in ages past.
What do you know about Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
Did elves ever live in caves?
I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
I would like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Tell me about Arlathan.
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of. When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. Still exist.
Was I muted when I said that? That's messed up. Why do the Shems allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure. And we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
We are nomadic. Do you think we'll ever find another homeland?
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat-Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat-Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
By Flat-Ears, they mean city elves.
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had.
That's what I just said.
We call them Flat-Ears, but they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
I think that's all. Thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
I might. No, I don't.
Of course.
I should go.
May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Thank you, Pavel. Book! He said I don't know of any books. There's one right behind you, brother. Eldest of the Sun. Algernon. This carved head represents... The fuck did that say? I wanted to read that. Alright. We'll read about Algernon after we read about the City Elves, and then we'll leave this one for later because we don't have chapter 1 of the history of Ferelden. It is hard to tell our children about those of our people who have decided to live in the Shemlen cities. They ask, why would anyone want to be treated like that? And sometimes I do not know what to say. I do not understand it myself. They were freed, but they have returned to live in the service of their former masters. They are housed like animals in walled sections of the Shemlen cities. They do the meanest of tasks and are rewarded with nothing. Why, I do not know. We tell the children that the Elven are strong, that we are a proud people, but they hear of these city elves who choose to toil under the humans' heavy hand. How do we teach them pride when they know there are others who would allow themselves to be trampled into the dust? So we tell them that these city elves are to be pitied, that they have given up on their people, given up their heritage. We tell them that some people are so used to being controlled that when freed, they know not what to do with themselves. They are weak and afraid of the unfamiliar, afraid of our life of wandering. Above all, they are afraid even to hope that one day we may have a home of our own. Ksharel, keeper of the Ralafaring clan. And then Elgernon. Long ago, when time itself was young, the only thing in existence was the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgernon was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgernon greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgernon, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgernon loved his mother's gifts, and praised them highly, and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgernon took in her works and grew jealous. Out of spite, he'd shown his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried, for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Elgernon was furious at what his father had done and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgernon's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgernon threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the reminders of Elgernon's battle with his father. Drops of the sun's lifeblood, which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. From the tale of Elgernon in the sun, also by Gisharl. And then we'll save the history of Ferelden. We don't need to know about that yet. Hello?
I'm glad you survived. Losing 2 of our young would be a great blow to the clan.
That Shemlen was a Grey Warden.
Yes, he was.
They're supposed to be great warriors.
Of course.
Dusty Scroll, Arlathan, Part 2. God of the Crafts.
All right.
June, the elven god of craftsmanship. All the ancient skills of the Dalish are said to come from June.
Hello there. I don't think we've met.
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
Do you know about Grey Wardens?
Only from stories I heard back in the alienage in Denerim.
Oh shit.
Paul's a flat air. He arrived here a few days ago from the human lands.
I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods. Prove yourself useful and the clan will be your home. Just don't be a coward. You've nothing to worry about, Paul. I think the Dalish, in this sense, are very practical. I think it would make a lot more sense to go with this one. Prove yourself useful, and the clan will be your home.
I'll do my best. I hope we find your missing friend very soon.
Thank you, Paul. Don't mind me. You can go back to doing whatever it is you were doing. I like how the statue of Fen Harel is removed from the rest of the camp because it's such a small, it's so cool because he's the betrayer god in this context. Trickster and traitor, and has been set away from the camp deliberately. Yes. Yes, he has. Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
Have you fully recovered? I heard the Keeper was confounded, that she had never seen anything like it.
Hello, Island.
I'm glad you recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Can I ask you for a bow as well, Master Island? I would like to hear the story of your father's battle.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shimlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
We attacked them first?
They were barbarians without honor. They would have slain us without a second thought. The ensuing battle went well for us. That day, we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
That's a cool-ass bow. Why would you relinquish such a relic?
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal.
The Vir Tanadal.
Of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
Damn. Can I ask you for a bow as well, Master Island?
One of my own crafting, perhaps?
Yes, thank you.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
Thank you for the bow.
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Let me see your stuff, brother. We don't really... Damn, he gave me a good bow. Hold on, let me unequip. Let me equip everything that I want equipped, and then we will sell the rest. Get that out of here. Island's longbow. Adorned with the symbols of Andruil, the elven goddess of the hunt. +2 damage versus beasts. Chosen weapon of Dalish elf scouts, they build the symbols of Andruil. Okay. Okay, we'll keep that bow on. And then we will switch our weapons.
Ah, back again?
And then we will sell you
Of course. Take whatever you need.
anything that I don't want. Just both of those, both of these, this. We'll keep the Darkspawn mace because it's kind of interesting. Get rid of these. We don't need 2 clan shields, we'll get rid of 1. Very cool. Gillenine. Now the Gillenine, her head is cut off, but I am wearing her, or Valislin, these tattoos that are evocative of Gillenine. The mother of Hala. There's a scroll over here. that I missed.
All right.
There we go. Arlathan Part 1. Hold on. I'm going to save the game. Can I? I don't know if I even have... I didn't get stealing, I guess. So maybe I was going to pickpocket him, but I guess I don't have a stealing yet. Because I didn't pick it. Can I look at this again? The Mother of the Hala. Alright, let's talk to Marin.
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hala faring, Marin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
I won't allow that to happen.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
The Hala are, or you are? The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
Is that all you have to say?
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered.
Alright. See you later. Look at the Hala. They look so cool. Look at their cool horns. And its face inside of the fence. Very mystique.
It's good to see you healthy. We feared you would perish.
Ice arrows. Very cool.
Why do we have to leave again? We're always going somewhere. Why can't I go to the Shem City?
I don't recommend doing that. From what I hear, at least, the tales don't seem very nice. Hello, Ashal.
It is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Anathara, Ashal. It's good to see you too.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
He's missing. That's all we know right now.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
Of course we're an orphan. You've never spoken of my parents much, Ashal.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
Don't we Dalish strive to learn of our past?
True. Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
Is there ever a good time?
Very well.
For bad news?
If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the Keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
Damn. Dang. Humans killed my father?
Yes, but also city elves too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
Walked into the moonlight. My mother abandoned me?
She just couldn't carry on without your father. The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
No, I understand.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you were older. Perhaps the time has come.
Oh? Where is it?
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapan. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
Oh. Key. That's what the key is for. That's what the key is for. Or that's what the chest... The key is for this chest. That's what this chest is for. Fang and heirloom necklace. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So good. You know what's something that I did in my last playthrough is that I pretended like my character was left-handed and I put all the good stuff in their in their offhand. What if we did that? I guess it doesn't matter. Heirloom necklace, +2 strength. Yes, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. I also got some new codex. We'll read Fenharel last. June, god of the craft. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows, and to fashion coverings of furs and iron bark. Without June, would we have the Aravel? Or the harnesses for our hala? When the people were young, we wandered the forest without purpose. We drank from streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and went hungry through the winters, when all the world was covered in ice and snow. Then Zeleus the hearth-keeper came, and gave us fire, and taught us how to feed it with wood. June taught us to fashion bows and arrows and knives, so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Zeleus' fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in their furs and skins, and the people were no longer cold and hungry. Gillenine, mother of the Hala, namesake of my tattoos. They say Gillenine was one of the people, in the days before Arlathan, and the chosen of Andruil the Huntress. She was very beautiful, with hair of snowy white, and as graceful as a gazelle. She kept always to Andruil's ways, and Andruil favored her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, Gillenine came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. Gillenine was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Andruil. Gillenine demanded that the hunter make an offering to Andruil in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and Gillenine called upon the goddess to curse him so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. Gillenine's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence. For what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find Gillenine and repay her for what she had done to him. He found Gillenine while she was out on a hunt with her sisters, and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told Gillenine that he had learned his lesson, and begged her to come with him so she could teach him to make a proper offering to Andruil. Moved by his plea, Gillenine followed the hunter, and when they were away from all of her sisters, the hunter turned on Gillenine. He blinded her first, and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. And Gillenine prayed to the gods for help. She prayed to Elgar'nan for vengeance, to Mother Mythal to protect her, but above all, she prayed to Andruil. Andruil sent her hares to Gillenine, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her. But Gillenine was still wounded and blind, and could not find her way home. So Andruil turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hala, and Gillenine found her way back to her sisters and led them to the hunter, who was brought to justice. And since that day the Hala have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listened to the voice of Gillenine. This is very interesting. So Gillenine was originally an elf who ascended to godhood. And then Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. There is precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgar'nan and Mythal created the world as we know it. An'Gyril taught us the ways of the hunter. Selaise and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fen'Harel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Othathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen'Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haren among us who remember these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldoran and Darenthal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones, for although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods. If only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed, and Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. By Gisharel. It's good, man, it's good. It's very, very good. Hold on, we gotta read. We gotta get rid of the controls. Alright, we'll do some more reading in a bit. We can read about Arlathan in a minute. Glein. It's so cool that she's also headless in this game because... it's so cool, so cool, so cool. And what is this? The Aravels.
Can we trust this Grey Warden? How do we know he didn't hurt Tamlin?
I miss Tamlin. I want him to come home.
And I want to grab this scroll. The Dales. What is this? Oh, a little light tied to the tree. Meryl, where are your clothes?
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As your apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course.
I think that might be a bug.
He may not have much time.
That might be a bug. Aren't you worried about getting sick?
A little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it.
How much did the Keeper tell you?
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
How much of our lore do you know?
Less than I'd like to. I know some of our old magic, as the Keeper does, and I'll know about these relics if I see them. The Keeper isn't sending me to collect anything, however. We're worried about Tamlin.
I need supplies.
Master Island could help you, but do...
Alright,
You're back. Are you ready to go now?
let's head out now.
And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Are you gonna put on some armor or... Okay, Sylvan's Mercy. This looks like a branch that has been torn from a living tree. There is an aura of spite about it, as if it were filled with wasps. Oh, you just don't have any. That's unfortunate. A pendant of strange silvery wood carved in the shape of a flowering tree. The branches almost seem to sway in the breeze. This ring resembles a leaf curled back on itself. Alright, well, we're gonna read about the Codex. We're gonna read about the Dales, I guess, while we You will hear tales of the woman Andraste. The Shemlin name her prophet, bride of their maker, but we knew her as a war leader, one who, like us, had been enslaved and dreamed of liberation. We joined her rebellion against the Imperium, and our heroes died beside her unmourned into winter bonfires. But we stayed with our so-called allies until the war ended. Our reward, a land in southern Orlais called the Dales. So we began the long walk to our new home. Alam Sharal, the end of the journey, was our capital. Built out of the reach of the humans, we could once again forget the incessant passage of time. Our people began the slow process of recovering the culture and traditions we had lost to slavery. But it was not to last. The Chantry first sent missionaries into the Dales, and then, when those were thrown out, Templars. We were driven from Halam Sharal, scattered. Some took refuge in the cities of the Shemlin, living in squalor, tolerated only a little better than vermin. We took a different path. We took to the wilderness, never stopping long enough to draw the notice of our Shemlin neighbors. In our self-imposed exile, we kept what remained of elven knowledge and culture alive. The end of the long walk. The Aravels. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path. We are the last elven. Never again shall we submit the oath of the Dales. Someone once told me that humans want to roll me. No. Someone once told me that humans flee when they see the sails of our Aravels flying above the tops of trees. I say good. Let them flee. The humans took everything from us. Our homeland, our freedom, our immortality. What's a little fear compared to all the horrors inflicted upon us? I recite the oath of the Dales to myself each day when I sleep, and when I wake, never again shall we submit. Never again. The Keeper says that one day the Dalish will find a home that we can call our own. But why? Why should we tie ourselves to stone constructions like the humans and the dwarves? What is wrong with the life we have now? We owe nothing to anyone, we have no master but ourselves, and we go where the Hala and the gods take us. There is nothing more wonderful than sitting on an Aravel as it flies through the forest, pulled by our Hala. We are truly free for the first time in our people's history. Why should we change this? From the Journal of Taniel, a clan hunter. Let's read about our Lathan and then see if we can. Is that a bug? Hold on. Hold on. Meryl Origins bug. Dragon Age Origins Meryl. Bugs? I don't know. I don't know what her deal is. I don't know what her deal is. Anyway, our Lathan Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber, but this was not death, for we know they wandered the fade in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the land Elvenon, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Parvalin to the north. Called Shemlin or Quicklings by the ancients, the humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. Once more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the Quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvenon off from the humans for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. More Gisharel. Part 2. You ask what happened to Arlathan? Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall, and a fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Devinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elvenon. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. Damn, Devinter really fucked everything up, huh? With magic demons and even the dragons at their behest, the Devinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins until every captured elf turned immortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods did not answer, our people left only a legend. They say that Fen'Harel, the dread wolf and lord of the tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the other's lands. But the gods did not know that Fen'Harel had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the Dreadwolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal world. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who travel the beyond claim that Fen'Harel still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Oh my god. Yeah, he does do that, for sure. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that the Devinter magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying aeons of collected knowledge, culture, and art, the whole of elven lore, left only to memory. That's crazy. It's so crazy that there's so much stuff going on about other enemies? Oh, over there. Oh, there's Darkspawn.
All right.
Go attack. Go kill this guy. Kill him to death with swords. I like how we do a little extra damage with Bang. Oh wow, you just killed that guy.
Were those Darkspawn?
It's so funny that there's a bug going on here. That would make sense.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Maybe they followed the... Maybe the mirror has something to do with it.
What would Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say Arlathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I'm fine. Why do you ask?
It's just that you're quite pale. You look a bit feverish, in fact.
What are you implying?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Let's go.
I'm totally fine. Nothing bad ever happens here. Hello, Tozy. How is it going? What did it update? Oh, controls. It gave me a new control. Friendly fire. Where's the road? This way. Oh, the wolves are still here. The bodies are still here. I don't know if they're supposed to do that.
I wonder whose camp this is.
You got a cat just excited to share? Hell yeah. No, I don't remember. No, this wasn't here. It's fresh.
The Grey Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps this is his camp. If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's too quiet.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Tamlin said he felt the same thing in the cave.
And now it's affecting the forest? Maybe that mirror unleashed some kind of sickness. That would not be good. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Kick him.
Off we go to combat! Come, let's shed some blood.
No, leave her alone. Thank you.
I will make this quick.
All right.
And then I get behind him, and then I stab him real hard. Hell yeah. Ooh, cut his head off. I don't know if I have the auto loot mod, or... I don't know, because I installed all this stuff years ago. I have no idea what I even have. But I do... I might have to fix some other stuff before the next time we play, but it's fine for now. As you can see, Meryl's bugged out. I don't know why she doesn't have her outfit. Alright, let's go into the cave. Let's save the game. Just in case. And then we go in the cave. Just in case the game crashes or something. Codex updated. A Genlock. These are the most common darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. Alphas. In any group of genlocks, there's usually one who is dominant. Tallest, strongest, and smartest alphas serve as a sort of commander, directing or bullying the others in combat. Emissaries. The most intelligent of the alphas become gifted sorcerers with many abilities akin to blood magic. These are the emissaries, and they usually only appear during a blight. Well, that is not good to hear. Also, I'm pretty sure the bodies are supposed to disappear. I think that might also be something else related to the mods that I have.
Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Maybe they took him hostage.
Let's just hope he's here, somewhere.
And then we look around for more information. I want to go back there. Take the long way again, just in case. You know, hasn't been too long since we were here. I'm gonna go blind you. Oh shit. No, don't attack Meryl. Meryl. Okay, you got him. We got it. No big deal. No big deal. They do a lot of damage even on normal. That's kind of crazy. We got new items. I must have the auto loot on because I'm just getting shit. It's very interesting. No! Insufficient skill! No! Gotta go the long way. Okay, it's already deactivated. Thought maybe the pressure plates would be reactivated for no reason. It's not very nice. Oh no, I'm stunned. Unstun me. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Good, good. Oh my god, he didn't get activated because he was chilling in the back. That's so funny. Alright, we'll level up. Let's go... We'll go 20 cunning. We'll add 1 to the constitution. I don't think we can... I think we're gonna have to save this talent. Yeah. But it's totally fine.
Watch out, where are you?
Where?
See there? That's a trap. I would watch out, where are you?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna get a bunch of XP for disarming every single one of these. Not a big deal. Okay, maybe if we'll get caught on that one first. These weren't here before, were they?
As you desire.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The body's staying really lets you take a look at the the meat inside of them. I don't know why that's the death magic. Oh shit. Hold on, we're just gonna kill one at a time here. We drink a health poultice. Stun him. Oh my god. Just die, brother. Oh my god. Why is it so difficult?
You could have just given up, you know.
I don't remember the game being so difficult. I might turn it down to easy. Just because I'm here to experience the story. I don't give a shit about...
See there? That's a trap. I would watch out, where are you?
All this fighting? I've played the game before.
As you desire.
Please don't step in that.
Of course.
Okay. Darkspawn staff. Interesting. I'm gonna save the game. Did I just do a big loop on accident? Yes, I did. Okay, that's fine. We unlocked the door. It's totally fine. We got some XP. We unlocked the door. Not a big deal. This being, what's his name? Findon? Felindon? It's kind of interesting. Oh, hello, Duncan. No, let me loot. I didn't get to loot before.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
So you're Duncan, the Grey Warden who saved me.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andera Natisha, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
We're looking for our brother Tamlin.
So, you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
Yes, Tamlin touched the mirror and I blacked out. Was that bear we saw a Tark spawn?
Perhaps. The mirror draws darkspawn to it. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
Can we fix it?
Unfortunately, no.
That seems like a good idea.
Hate all those who come near it now.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Then what should I do? Perhaps there is something to what you say.
Confirm it with your Keeper later if you like. For now, we must deal with the mirror. It is a danger.
Meryl, why are you like this? Oh shit, he broke the shit out of that.
It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
And what about Tamlin?
There is nothing we can do.
So he's dead then? Are you sure?
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
I'm not ready to give up the search just yet.
If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
I just want to look around to make sure.
As you wish. I will see you back at camp.
I just want to loot some stuff.
As you desire. Delighted.
That was the mirror. And these are humans, okay? Or ancient elven. Look at all these dead bodies. Duncan, were you partying in here? A strange statue commemorating the emergence of a short-lived trading relationship with dwarves. Very cool. I'm gonna turn this shit to easy. Because I do not care to be doing all this. Oh my god. They're immune to whatever Meryl's got going on. Oh yeah, behead the skeleton. That'll really do it. Go back down to the strange statue. I don't want to read what that says again. Dwarves who dug too high and too frugal and struck elves. Oh, cool. Very cool. Very interesting. All right, Meryl, before we're done with you, I'm gonna take all your stuff. You're not wearing anything anyway. You can use this, you can have the Darkspawn staff. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You can have the Darkspawn staff. Actually, can I talk to Meryl? I haven't talked to Meryl.
The Grey Warden is waiting for us outside.
Alright.
He's probably right. Tamlin isn't here. We should return to camp.
I'll do my best. Gotta have tab up at all times so I can see if there's any lore shenanigans going on. And we did get some codexes and some other stuff in that, in that room from the sarcophagus in that little chest. So. I'm taking that. I'm gonna wear that. We'll put on the elf arrows. Perfectly balanced and will fly more swiftly than the common arrow. Dalish belt. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Very interesting. Let's go to the forest clearing. And meet up with Big Dunk. Do you think he likes to be called that? Probably not.
And I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlin? What did you find of him?
Nothing. He's gone.
I see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Get out of here, Meryl.
Some time to
Go put on some clothes.
Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Very well, Keeper.
Tell Harin Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
I'm gonna save the game on my own terms. Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Warden sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens. A symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfels, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the Free Marches and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about to find recruits. Yeah, so the Wardens are kind of not new back into Ferelden, but they're a little bit new back into Ferelden. I'd say like a generation back into Ferelden, which is kind of cool. The Grey Wardens. The first Blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted, and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. But writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. Hi, Lily. Welcome, welcome. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Devinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumat fell and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazakel, Toth, Endoril, Razakal, Lysican, and Arthemiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess so. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. And you know what? We'll read this anyway. The occupation was a dark blot on Ferelden's history. Our people, who from time immemorial valued their freedom over all else, were forced to bow to Orlesian rule. The Empire declared our elves property and sold them like cattle. Chevaliers routinely plundered freeholds of coin, food, and even women and children, and excused it as taxation. And for 70 years, no landsmeets were held, for the imperial throne had declared our ancient laws a form of treason. King Brandel was one of those who escaped. He tried to organize the other fugitive lords to retake their land, but Brandel was neither clever nor persuasive, and the nobles preferred to take their chances alone. Ferelden might still be little more than a territory of the Empire were it not for the fact that his daughter had all the charisma that her royal father lacked. The rebel queen's rule began with a midnight attack on the Imperial armory at Lothering. That's cool. It was swift and successful, and with their pilfered arms, the rebels began a campaign against the Orlesians in earnest. But the turning point of the war came when a young freeholder joined the queen's army. The lad, Loghain MacTyr, possessed a remarkable talent for strategy and quickly became the favorite advisor of young Prince Merrick. The queen finally died at the hands of Orlesian sympathizers anxious to curry favor with their painted masters, and Merrick took her place as the leader of the rebellion. Loghain became Merrick's right hand. Merrick and Loghain led the rebels in a new campaign against their Orlesian suppressors, culminating in the Battle of River Dane, where the last Chevaliers in Denerim were crushed. With the capital once more in the hands of Fereldans, the battle to free our people was finally over, but the battle to rebuild what had been lost had only just begun. By Sister Petrine, a Chantry scholar. Very interesting. Is there anything... I'm gonna go... Meryl, why don't you wear your own clothes, please?
I see you have not returned with young Tamlin. Are we to assume the worst?
The Grey Warden says he will not be found.
A sad day for our clan. I know you and Tamlin were friends. My condolences.
Sorry, I clicked off the game. Thank you, Master Island.
May the creators guide your path.
Can I see your wares?
Ah, back again? Of course.
Can I sell you some shit? We'll keep those. I will buy all of those. I will buy all of those. You wouldn't happen to have a backpack by any chance, Mr. Island? Nope, no he does not.
I'm training Paul. He'll have to learn how to handle that bow quickly.
It was good to meet you. Perhaps I'll get to hunt with you someday.
Why did you leave the city?
I got into trouble for stealing. I'm not a thief. We just never really had a choice. Mother was a maid, and I was lucky if I could get work at the docks. You make a living however you can, right? When Mother died, I got drunk and was caught picking a guard's pocket. They were going to hang me, but I escaped and, well, here I am.
You won't have to resort to that anymore.
I'll do my best to adjust and fit in. I never dreamed you'd be so welcoming. I thought at best you might hide me for a bit. I'm glad I was wrong.
Do elves from the city learn to fight or shoot a bow?
Andraste's mercy, no. No one is allowed to walk around with any weapon. Fighting just gets you arrested. and I've never had to leave the city before, much less learn how to hunt.
I've never seen a Shemlin city. What's it like?
You've never been to a city? Surely you've at least visited a town.
We occasionally trade with the Shemlin in small villages, but only a few in the clan can undertake that task.
I can't imagine never having seen a city. It's crowded, with buildings all squeezed together. There are people everywhere, and it always stinks.
And the elves live with the Shemlin?
Only if they're servants. Most of us live in a part of the city called an alienage, separated from the humans by walls. That's where all the poorest folk live. Laborers, dockhands, and thieves. And that's if you're lucky.
Hardly sounds like freedom.
We don't think about it like that. To most folks, that's just how it is.
We hear city elves don't know what it means to be elven.
Well, back in the city, we hear the same about you. Stories about Dalish bandits attacking people for no reason.
We would never resort to banditry.
I'm just saying that's what we hear. And it's elves who say these things too, not humans.
They just don't know the truth.
Even if they did, I honestly don't think most of them would want to leave. Wandering and hunting doesn't sound like much of a life.
At least they would live as free men, and as equals.
Maybe. But to most elves I know, the only difference between them and humans is how much coin they have. Coin is the great equalizer, not living free. Of course.
That's...
I hope to see you again.
Yeah. Coin is the great equalizer, huh? Coin do be equalizing. Greatly. Meryl, put on some clothes.
You bring sad news. The Hala can sense it. They are restless and paw at the ground.
I wish we'd had more time to examine those artifacts. Perhaps another time if the Keeper thinks it's wise.
If the Keeper thinks it's wise.
Oh, thank the creators you're safe. I questioned the Keeper's wisdom at sending you off while you're still sick, but my doubts were misplaced. Tamlin isn't with you. Is it as everyone fears?
We never found his body.
Oh, poor dear. This is horrible news. Please take care of yourself and get better. We can't bear to lose anyone else.
I understand, Ashal.
I will see you soon, my dear. You make me very proud.
Aww. She's like my aunt. I guess that's how I would describe her, right?
I'm sorry about Tamlin. It must be hard returning empty-handed.
Thanks, King. Is there anything down here, or is this... What is this about? Huh. Interesting, just have a little area to be in for no reason. I guess so. Let's talk to Pavel.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
Yes, Halran. He is dead.
So, another of our children has perished. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep.
Yeah.
Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
Damn. It's a ritual, alright. I don't recognize that poem.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
The Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service.
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Thank you, Haran.
I ask only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
He seems honorable for a Shemlin.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the Keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
Such a nosy old man.
Of course.
Of course I will.
May the gods guide your path.
I will do exactly as you say. I am here for the gossip as well. Here for the gossip.
Where is Tamlin?
This cave should be destroyed. Burned with fire.
Burned with fire. Hello, everybody.
Your Keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
I would be honored, but how did this come about?
The Darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
You would do that? That is very generous.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
Why should we trust this human, Keeper?
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Then I accept this privilege, Duncan, if you'll have me.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral.
We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalen. Before the creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
Yes, Keeper. Embrace me, Keeper. Oh. Oh. Damn. Meryl, where are your clothes, dude? How are you the Keeper's apprentice? You just walk around like this. Oh my god. Kind of ruins the moment. Game is funny. And off we go to join the Grey Wardens, huh? Ain't nothing like it. Did the game crash? The game crashed. Well, that's fine. I think that's where we're gonna end tonight anyway. I had a great time playing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow with more Dragon Age, probably. I'm gonna figure out a few things to see if I can fix some stuff. for tomorrow. And then, yeah, should go swimmingly. I'm having a great time doing all this lore stuff, reading all the codexes and stuff. So hopefully you'll continue to join me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Where's my button? Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.